Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you've seen this face, hello, hi, my name is Topsy. Hope you guys are well. Today I'm going to be talking about weight loss. I sort of touched on it about a few videos back about my new lifestyle, which if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it somewhere in this video for you, about how I discovered the ketogenic lifestyle and why I decided to go on this lifestyle change. So in this video, I'm not going to focus too much on the keto diet. I'm going to save that for another video that I will talk to you about later on. I'm going to focus basically on just giving you tips generally on how to go about sort of a change of lifestyle, losing weight, and things like that. What has helped me, and I'm going to share it with you guys because I love you guys. I like to share whatever it is that I'm doing and I feel like it's helped me. Why don't I share it with the world or with my subscribers, my supporters? So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. I've got all my notes here, so in case you see me looking down, yeah, I'm looking down my notes. My first tip on embarking on a weight loss journey, lifestyle change, is to do it for you. Do it because you want to change in your life, not because your boyfriend, husband, your mother, your father is telling you that you need to lose weight or you need to change your eating habits. You need to make sure that you're doing it for yourself, because that's the only way that you're going to stick to it, if you're doing it for your benefit. As much as we all dislike the scales, you need to know where you're starting from. So you need to hop on that scale, to check what your starting weight is, so that you know what you're working towards, where you're starting from. So I would say get yourself a weighing scale and make sure you know what that starting figure is, because the only way you know where you're going to is when you know where you're starting from, if that makes sense. So I would say that a scale to weigh yourself is very necessary, so you know what your starting weight is. During the journey, or you can, weigh yourself once a week. Even if you don't want to weigh yourself once a week, you can weigh yourself once a month, whatever works for you. At the end of the day, this is your journey. So whatever makes you feel comfortable. If you're that kind of person who feels like the scale, you get fixated on that number, then don't weigh yourself every week. Maybe make it every 2 weeks or once a month. Whatever works for you, you do that. Pictures is very, very important. I actually found that out, that you need to take pictures. I would say I take pictures once a month, because there will be times when you don't see that change. That number would not move on the scale. To be honest, sometimes that number would actually go up. In my journey, I've been on this journey now for 4 and a bit months. I have gained weight 4 times. So the reason why pictures play a big role in this is that when you hop on the scale and the scale tells you you're a pound heavier than you were the week before, and then you look at the pictures you've taken month on month and you see the difference in your body, it would motivate you. We're all human. We can see that figure on the scale and it will just make us go on a downward spiral. We'll want to go eat anything we see, just because you've been so good all week. You just can't understand why you've gained a pound or two. So pictures, I would say, is highly, highly important. And it's like a documentation of your journey. I will come back to that later on in this video, where I'll be showing you my transformation to date. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but trust me when I say that I'm nowhere where I used to be. So that's where pictures play a massive role in your journey. You have to know that that scale can be a hater. That scale is not going to be your friend every week. Weight loss is not a linear sort of thing. You would find some weeks you lose, some weeks you gain, some weeks you stay the same. So that scale would be your best friend and your enemy all at once. You would want to take that scale and throw it out of the window some days, and you want to hug that scale and kiss it some days. Just know that don't let the scale determine your mood or how you move forward, regardless of what the scale says. Know that this is a lifestyle change. This is a forever thing. This is not a, oh, once I lose the weight, I'll just go back to the way I used to eat. Because guess what? The way you used to eat has not helped you. So for you to see change, it has to be a change that's going to be a forever change. Exercise. I know some people say that exercise, you might not necessarily need to exercise to lose weight. When I was much bigger than I was now, I always exercise. Exercise for me is not really something I used to do to lose weight per se. For me, exercise was something that kept me sane. Exercise was something that helped my mood. Exercise was something that kept my skin looking great. I will not lie to you. When I don't exercise in a week, I notice that my skin is not looking as good as it normally does. So for me, I exercise for a totally different reason to being fixated on the weight loss thing. I exercise to feel good. I exercise to keep sane. I exercise to basically feel good in myself. I guess they do say that exercise, you release endorphins. Honestly, that's what I use exercise for. So I would highly, highly recommend exercise to anybody. You don't need to go to a gym. You don't need to do anything crazy. If it's just to take a walk, 30 minutes every day, or just do something that just gets your heart rate pumping just a bit faster than normal. Yeah, I guarantee you'll feel better in yourself. So I always recommend exercise, even if you're not trying to lose weight. It's just good just for overall well-being. It's good for your overall cardiac health. It's just something that I don't think anybody would regret exercising. I promise you, you will never regret it. Obviously, when you're doing it, it will be tiring, but you'll feel amazing afterwards. So I always recommend exercise, absolutely. Moving on from exercise, I guess to start with, if you have never exercised before, it would be hard. It would feel like you're about to die. That's normal. Obviously, your body is not used to all this, new activity that is going on. But once you get into it, I would advise that every sort of couple of weeks, try and step up your game in terms of the exercises that you do. Try and get out of your comfort zone as much as you can. What I do is that I try to um, get uncomfortable. When you get uncomfortable, obviously, you don't get uncomfortable to the point where you feel like you're about to pass out, but you're just on the brink of like you're about to throw up and you're about to die. But obviously, your body will tell you when obviously you're stepping into dangerous territories. But I would say always try, if it's just for a minute, to exercise to the point where you're just that little bit uncomfortable. Trust me, that's when you're pushing your body harder, and that's when you see like amazing results in with regards to whichever part of your body you're trying to train, if that makes sense. In terms of food, know what your trigger foods are. What I mean by that is, for me, I'll tell you what my trigger foods are. Nuts. I Yeah. Once I start eating nuts, I can't stop. So when you figure out what your trigger food is, then know to obviously let it be something you don't have at home regularly. Let it be like a treat. And even when you treat yourself, like for example, when I treat myself to nuts, I know that obviously that day I probably would exceed my calorie intake, but that's okay because it's sort of like a cheat day. So it's not nuts is not something that I'll eat regularly every day because I know that it triggers me to overeat. So I recognize that. So I'm managing it by making sure that it's not something that I will eat regularly. It's just going to be like maybe a once in a month or twice in a month thing. And even when I'm eating it, I'm conscious that I know that it's a cheat, whatever cheat is for you. Yeah, so I'm just going to enjoy it, not feel guilty about it. And the next day, I'm back on my regular eating pattern. For us ladies, the time of the month is always that time when hormones are going crazy and we have cravings. For me, even sometimes during ovulation, I do find that I'm eating a bit more than I normally do. So I would say recognize that. Sort of know that it's okay. Obviously, don't go overboard and blame it all on the hormones, but know that it's perfectly normal. Why you're feeling like you want to eat more than normal, and try and obviously choose healthier stuff that you can eat. Like, make sure you have snacks on hand to sort of satisfy whatever craving is that you have, and then yeah, just satisfy your craving. It's not that serious. um, and just move on. The worst thing you can do, the next tip is maybe you have a really bad day one day, and then you just carry on having bad days until a day leads to a week leads to 3 weeks, and before you know it, you're on a downward spiral. See what I mean? So if you have a bad day, just move on. Don't dwell on it, because you can't do anything about it. There's no point in dwelling on it and worrying about it. Just move on and just basically do better the next day. During your journey, there will be times when you want to quit. Trust me, I've had a lot of those days where you want to quit. You in a social setting and you can't eat what everybody else is eating, or you just feel frustrated with how slow things are going. It is normal to feel like you want to give up, but trust me, you don't give up, because if you do, then you never know what amazingness is behind that door, if you don't give up, if that makes sense. So never give up. It will be hard. It's something that you're not used to. If you're someone like me before, I was brought up I'm African. So obviously, we brought up on the carbs, the rice, the pounded yam, everything very heavily carbohydrate based foods. So you can imagine me now changing my lifestyle to remove all those things and start eating things like vegetables that I never even really used to like. So obviously, any lifestyle change, it would be hard. But that's the thing. If it was easy, everybody would be slim, or everybody would be healthy. It would all be, walking around looking amazing, feeling great. So you have to be prepared that it's going to be tough, and you just have to ride the storm, and, just take it day by day and you'll be all right. And what we also have to realize that we're not going to lose this weight overnight. Most of us start a lifestyle change thinking that, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds in a week. It's like, really? I mean, you did not put on all that weight like in a week. So why would you expect to lose that weight in such a short period of time? We live in such a society now where everything is so a microwave. We want everything fast results. We want instant gratification. But we need to realize that it's a process, and we just need to go through that process, or else, you know, it's never going to be a permanent change, you see, if it's just something that is fast and easy. So you have to know that it's going to be slow, it's going to be painful. You're going to go week by week, and you're going to see numbers on the scale that you're not happy with, but it's all part of the process. You just have to trust the process, and you will definitely see results. Water, highly, I mean, it sounds cliche. Everybody was saying drink water, but really, you need to drink your water, because there's sometimes when you feel you're hungry, but really you're not. You're just thirsty. So just keep drinking that water. I drink about 3 liters a day. I go to the toilet more times than I would like to, but guess what? It just has to be done. You have to drink your water. You have to stay hydrated. Obviously, the water flushes out all the toxins in your body. Water is great for the skin. It's good for the hair. So you just need to keep drinking that water. Water is very important. I guess this goes without saying. You eat only when you're hungry. I mean, I know from experience, sometimes I would just sit down in front of the TV and I'll feel like, oh, just because I'm watching a movie, I need to eat something. But no, we're supposed to look at food really as a fuel for the body, but I guess these days people look at food as something to entertain ourselves. When we're watching a movie, we want to eat something. No, we're supposed to be fueling our body with foods that's supposed to benefit our body, not just eating just for the sake of it. So eat only when you're hungry and think about the nutritional value of what exactly you're putting in your body. Another tip I'll give is that you should surround yourself with people that are like-minded to you. Can you imagine if you're on a lifestyle change and then you have your friend who, I'm not saying you should dump your friends. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying join groups, if it's on WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever, Instagram, that you're all sort of working towards the same goal so that you can motivate each other, you can encourage each other. If you're having a bad day or if you're having, serious cravings, you can chat to someone and just they can maybe talk you out of eating whatever it is you feel like eating. I just feel like being in a group or having friends or people who are on the same journey really helps. I would say try and, join groups where you can encourage and motivate each other so that you guys are working towards the same goal and then you can encourage each other to achieve that goal. Very important, I would say plan ahead, plan what you're gonna eat, definitely ahead of, like, say for tomorrow. What I do, I use an app called MyFitnessPal. I'm sure you've all heard about it. I track my macros. It's not for everybody, so people find it tedious, which is fine. You just do whatever works for you. At the end of the day, it's your journey. So whatever is gonna work for you is what you're gonna do. If you try and do what Jane or Stella's doing, it's not gonna work for you because you're not gonna stick to it if if it's an inconvenience to you, if that makes sense. Anyway, just plan ahead. Make sure you know what you're eating for lunch or dinner the next day. Because what's that saying? If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. You need to prepare basically in your mind and obviously physically the food you're gonna eat for the next day or the next couple of days, whatever works for you. I meal prep sometimes, some weeks. Like say, for example, if I feel like eating shepherd's pie or lasagna this week, then I would make over the weekend a big batch of food and I put it in the fridge, and at least I know every day for lunch or dinner, at least I have something that is already prepared and takes the stress out of me thinking about what to eat every day, if that makes sense. So always be prepared and know what exactly you're eating. Coming back to tracking, if you're into tracking, fine. If you're not, then don't do it. But I find tracking helps me stay on top of my macros in terms of what calories, what my carbohydrates is. It helps me to stay on track. So I would actually put in the food I'm gonna eat for tomorrow into my fitness pal the day before, just so that I know that I'm hitting my macros and I'm staying within my calorie allowance for the day. And what I would say as well is don't compare your journey to someone else's. Someone else might be on exactly the same lifestyle that you are on, lifestyle change, and they might have lost 50 pounds in 2, 3 months. Everybody's different. Our bodies are different. The way we react to foods are different. The way we react to exercise is different. So never compare yourself to anybody else. This is your journey. Stay in your lane. Lose weight at your pace. And it's, like I said, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So just go slow and steady wins the race. Go at your pace. Do it for yourself and don't bother about what anybody else is doing. Just run your own race and you will be fine. And lastly, I would say is be your own biggest cheerleader. It's all good to be in a group, to get encouragement, to get motivation for other people. Those are all great, but you need to be your biggest cheerleader. You need to be able to tell yourself, even when the scale is not reading the number you want it to read. You need to be able to encourage yourself to say, "I'm in this forever. I am not, you know, deviating. I'm not going back to my old ways. This is my way of life now. So regardless of what that scale says, I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to be successful at this. I'm going to lose X pounds, and I'm going to maintain that loss. You have to you have to basically cheer yourself on every week, regardless what your scale says. You have to put in the work and encourage yourself, and you will be fine. Trust me. I mean, I'm like the last person that I would ever say that would give advice on weight loss, because I don't know if I mentioned in my why I started the keto diet. I've always been overweight all my life. I've just, food for me was comfort. Food for me was my everything, you know. I would eat when I'm sad, I would eat when I was happy. I would just eat just because it tasted good. And after I ate, I would feel like crap. I wasn't my best. I wasn't looking good. And talking about looking good or feeling good, I am going to share with you my before and after pictures. I know the internet can be a cruel place, and I'm actually shocked that I'm sharing this, but I want to help someone. If I help just one person to change their life, to realize that when you feel good, when you lose weight and you feel good, forget about how you're looking. Aesthetics is to one side. It's about feeling good in yourself. It's about feeling good in your skin. I never felt good with the way I looked. I was that girl where people would say, "Oh, she has such a pretty face." In my head, I knew what they were saying inside was, "Oh, she has a beautiful face, but shame about the body." Not like I care what people said, but in myself, I was not feeling great. And I knew that something had to change. I had to change something. And I was lucky in the sense that I stumbled upon keto by accident, per se. I don't know how to put it. I didn't stumble on it by accident, but I didn't start the ketogenic diet to lose weight, if that makes sense. Um, I had tried so many diets. I'd sort of given up. I'd sort of given up and said to myself, I'm just gonna be fat all my life. To be honest, I was gonna be overweight, and in a way, I talked myself into believing that that was okay. And then obviously, I had my issues with migraines, and I had to, because I was not feeling that pain every month. So, and the ketogenic diet brought me to where I am now. So, whatever change of lifestyle, I'm not saying that the ketogenic diet is the best diet out there. Absolutely not. It's been my miracle diet. It's changed my life. I'm serious, guys. It's absolutely transformed my life. I have lived my best life in terms of pain in the last 4.5 months. I've been on keto. Then I've lived 8 years of pain before I discovered the ketogenic diet. It's made the quality of my life the best it's ever been, and I'm truly thankful that I found this way of life. I would never go back. I would never ever go back. I just couldn't, because how can you feel this good and want to go back to feeling like crap? When people bash this way of life and say, "Oh, it's a fad diet," if the benefits for me or for people who follow this lifestyle is this immense, is this huge, then surely you should respect whatever decision they make. It's just like someone who has an intolerance to gluten and they go to gluten-free diet, and you expect them to go back to eating gluten because you feel like, I don't know, they missing out on something. I just feel like I respect everybody's lifestyle. Whatever you want to do, whatever is going to be sustainable for you, that's what you should do. That's what I, am a huge advocate for, is find whatever that winning method is for you, and stick to it. That's the only way you're going to succeed in anything. Stick to whatever is going to be a forever thing for you. There will be times when we're human. There's sometimes I want a cake, but I find ways where I can modify my diet. Instead of baking with normal flour, I'll bake with almond or I'll bake with coconut, because needs must. So once you feel like eating a cake, you have to find a way to make a cake without having to go the normal route. So anyway, I don't want to ramble off too long. I'm going to move to the side right here and show you my before picture and my after picture. Don't judge me. And I'll deny that this was me because you can't see my head. But no, seriously, guys. As you can see, there's a huge, look at the size of that belly. That belly had a postcode of its own, so I am not where I want to be yet. I'm still on a journey. I'm still looking to lose another, say, 30, 35 pounds. But I'm happy that I'm nowhere near where I used to be. Still have a ways to go, but I am very happy with my progress. Since being on keto, I have lost 32 pounds. 32 pounds since being on keto. And since the beginning of the year, or I'd say at my heaviest weight, which was about, the beginning of the year, 2018, I have lost 48 pounds. 48 pounds for my heaviest weight. So I started the ketogenic diet end of May 2018. So that's my journey so far. It's been an amazing journey, and I just wanted to share it with you guys because I know there's a lot of people out there who want to make a change, but they don't know where to start. So in another video coming soon, I'm going to be focusing just on the ketogenic diet. So what I want you guys to do is go into the comment section and ask any question about what you want to know about the ketogenic diet. I'm not claiming to be an expert. Like I said, I've only been doing this for 4.5 months, but I feel like I know as much as I should, and I feel like my results speak for themselves, that I can say that I can at least help you answer any questions you might have. And even if I don't know the answer, I will try and find the answer for you. So leave all your comments down in the comment section, or if you don't feel comfortable, then send me a DM on my Instagram, and or send me an email. All my Instagram handles and my email address will be in my description box. So feel free to send me any questions. I want to film like a mukbang style video. I love watching those videos. It's my favorite things to watch now. I just love, and sometimes I even watch people eating things that are not keto. Just someone eating a cookie. I think it gives me satisfaction. I feel like I'm satisfied just watching someone eating a cookie. But anyway, I'm rambling. Send me all your questions and I will film a mukbang style video for you, answering all your questions about all things keto. And I'm thinking I'm gonna make some keto pizza with some chicken wings. Anyway, I digress. So send me all your questions and I'll answer them in a video coming soon. This video has been long enough. So I'm going to leave you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I always want to help in any way I can. I don't want it to just be about makeup. I always tell you guys that. It's all about everything. Mind, body, spirit, makeup, lifestyle, advice, motivation, whatever. However way that I can add value to anybody. Trust me, I even add value to myself. I watch my videos back sometimes and I take my own advice. So I'm always willing to help. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge, massive thumbs up. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.